why do you think Des Bryant finally got some walking papers from Jerry Jones? Can you break that down for me?
It's a really good question. I know for the longest time, whenever someone questioned something about Des, the answer, out of Valley Ranch and from the Cowboys was that, hey, no, he's misunderstood. He's very passionate, and then to not even offer him a pay cut, which is something originally I was told he would not take. Then I've learned that he would have been willing to listen, and yet they didn't even offer that, and now they've already come out and said that they have no interest in re-signing him. So I think, sometimes there's a lot that happens behind closed doors that we're not always knowledgeable about, and it just kind of sounds like he had finally kind of worn out his welcome. And with whatever the lack of a connection was between he and Dak Prescott, the lack of production, certainly in what they were paying him, they couldn't bring him back at the number that he was getting paid. But to not even allow him an opportunity to take a pay cut or the possibility of re-signing him, I think it just says that this goes way beyond, what he has done or what he's capable of doing on the football field.
What do you mean by Garrett guys, though? I mean, that was the one thing that gave me pause when I heard what he said to Jane Slater on the NFL Network, that Garrett guys.
Well, I will say there's always, I don't know to answer that. I know Jason Garrett is a friend of mine. I have not spoken to him since Des was released. I'm not exactly sure, what that means, although I do know that having been in locker rooms, there are players that are perceived as, like there's teachers' pets or whatever. There are players who are perceived as, hey, they'll beat the drum for this coach or this coach. They're all in on this particular coach. To be honest with you, in my conversations with Des Bryant and certainly my conversations with Jason Garrett over the years, I would have guessed that Des Bryant was a Garrett guy. So, when he made those comments, I was a little surprised by that. I think a lot of people were. I know Jason Witten was offended by that. I think that locker room I think it's been a very close-knit group, and they were all very protective of Des over the years, and I think they were all a little stunned, and I don't say they're hurt. They're big boys, but I don't think they liked the way that he walked out and maybe threw some of them under the bus.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.